Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream and the real one? The real one. Be what? Be real? Be real?
What is going on? What is going on? It is your boy Skywalker the Jedi back at y'all with another one. It is another episode of Night Shift. my main man, Mikey Sutton. Shouts out to Still Nation, the Cool Table family, the Mikey Verse, also the Syndicate Network. You guys are very special, and you're always showing up, showing out up here in the chat. Much love. Mikey, let the people know just how excited you are to be here tonight and how you feeling, sir.
Skywalker will make more in super chats than the Flash will this weekend. Just saying. What in the world is going on, Sky?
I don't know, bro. I have no idea.
Wow. You guys really think this is Green Lantern level? Because that's where it sunk. I mean, it's bad. I mean, there is no hope ever for this film. I mean, it's franchise is dead. Like George Clooney killed another DC franchise. I mean,
Right?
we're talking like 80% drop or something. It's insane how much it dropped. I think a Jennifer Lawrence movie is gonna beat this thing this week. I mean, that's how bad it is. We're gonna go into an autopsy on the Flash today, from what I've been hearing, because I'm trying to solve this mystery, Sky. Like, why they bomb so bad? Um, are we in the Snyder echo chamber so bad that we saw the wrong movie? Is that what this is? Because, man, this is just really, I'm shocked. I've never seen a film tank this bad that as good as the Flash. This is not black. It's worse than Black Adam level. It's Shazam too bad.
Yeah, it's really bad, Mikey. It's really bad.
Got no praise. I mean, you know,
right?
I tell you,
but
man.
we gonna get into it because you know I got some thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Sky's got some dangerous thoughts, probably.
Thoughts are dangerous things, Mikey.
Of course
Ideas are dangerous. Right? If right, that's what hashtag sell was at first. Y'all, it was just an idea. Right? So now you see how dangerous ideas can become, especially when you know, they're brought to fruition and made a reality. Right? What's up, y'all? Much love, much love. We got the homie Bishop already in the super chat. Come on, man. Congratulations, Sky. It's all good, Joe. Yeah. Yo, Mikey wasn't on when we was getting the super chats the other night, right? So he was just watching it. You know what I'm saying? Now he's on the show too. So, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was just watching Sky that night, and I was working on Dreamwalker, and he dropped that nuclear device. So, like, no way. You know?
Hey, I can't wait. I can't wait. Right? This is gonna be an incredible show, and I'm looking forward to having this conversation with the homie Mikey. Yeah. But if you didn't know, now you know. We're on the road to 1K still, right? I think I'm at like 615 right now, Mikey. Super dope. Make sure that you guys are liking, you're subscribing, sharing the content out. That's how the platform grows, and hopefully, you know, we can find a way to be entertaining for you guys and keep more of you guys coming back. Right?
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah! Especially when we go nightly.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so
daily if we're at night. It's like,
right? Yeah, nightly, right? Oh yeah, that's gonna be super dope, right? So make sure that you guys are subbed and that you're liking and sharing the content out, like I just said. And if you didn't know, now you know. Also, we rocking with these hashtag Mikey. I was just saying a second ago, right? Ideas are dangerous things, Mikey. Right? Hashtag sale ZSJL came from just an idea, Mikey. Right? These hashtags have been a hot discussion these past few days.
Especially, I wonder why.
I wonder why as well, Mikey. Right? Because we've been here since January, right, Mikey? Just rocking out, keeping it going, right?
Yeah.
Keeping the people engaged. But it seems like these past few days, we've seen a real spike in activity, Mikey.
You have, and when you dropped that scoop the other night, I think it really woke people up. I'm like, well, wait a minute, because if you guys look at the box office for The Flash, you still believe in Restore? You really think Warner Bros. Discovery is going to restore SnyderVerse after what they did, what the audience did to The Flash? That film got run over like roadkill, man. It was just bad, you know. There's no way. There's no way they're gonna spend a penny on restoring a Snyderverse. That's gonna be a third party, which we'll go into today. And I'm gonna, now that I'm on the air, I'm gonna discuss Sky Scoop with you guys, and what I've also heard as well about the price tag, because the price is right. Is what this episode's about tonight.
The price is right, Mikey.
Price is
Right?
right.
Hey,
You're gonna be shocked. You're gonna be shocked by some of the information I'm gonna drop tonight. So interesting stuff.
hey, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Right? We asked that a bunch of you guys take a look at what we've been doing with these hashtags, right? What they
Yeah.
stand for and everything. And we ask that, if you is about that life, you rock out. But we also ask that if you're gonna rock out, that you follow the rules of engagement, right? Which is number
Yeah.
one, be positive, right? We are engaging with the current home of Zack Snyder, so there's no reason for us to carry over any of the animosity from WBD over
Mhm.
to Netflix. Number two, we ask that you do not mix the hashtags with other hashtags. We're trying to keep the messaging as clear and focused and effective as possible. And Twitter only recognizes two hashtags, right? What's funny too, Mikey, is a lot of people know that Twitter only recognizes two hashtags, but yet they still be doing like these pages of like hashtags, and it's like I, I don't get it. And then during the page, it's asking for like 12 different things. And it's like, yo, man, focused messaging,
Yeah.
right?
You want people to memorize 6 hashtags? Come on. I mean, how are you gonna get any growth by having the spaghetti of hashtags out there? You guys have seen the Flash. You know what spaghetti means, right? So
They want to laugh at the spaghetti verse, but then have that same outlook when it comes to hashtags. I
there
don't get
you
it.
go.
Right?
Yeah.
But yes, and number three, we ask that you do not tag, reply to, quote, tweet, mention James Gunn or anybody else over at WBD because we're having a new conversation, right? So
Yeah, and James Gunn's gonna have enough problems on his hand trying to revive a dead franchise. There's no doubt about it, man. There's no bias here. It's dead. I mean, it's gonna. We'll discuss that in the gunfire part of the episode tonight. So
right, real talk. We ask that you subscribe to ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube, and also that you follow ZSJL to Netflix on Twitter, along with myself and Leon of the New Geeks, because all the pertinent information regarding hashtag sale will be coming from these platforms.
Sky. You know how historic these episodes will be when this happens. People are gonna look back on these and like, wow, it's when it hadn't happened yet. You know what I mean? Even Sky was just talking about it. Um,
Right.
reminded me, Sky, of when I used to do interviews, trying to convince people that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are coming back in Spider-Man, and all these people like saying it's bullshit, fake news, not gonna happen, and just looking back on it, just laughing my ass off. You know what I mean?
Right? Because who had the last laugh,
Who had
Mikey?
the last laugh? And now it's Sky's turn. It's Sky's turn to have his own Spider Gate. When this happens, you're gonna look back on these historical videos and see how confident Sky was in all of this. And look, it's an incredible achievement for you, Sky, and here to congratulate you again on that. It's a humongous scoop, man. And your scoop led me to some questions today that I'll answer on the show tonight because we got a lot of banging information tonight, dude.
Oh my god. I can't wait. But you know, make sure you head on over to internetpeople.com/salesdsjl, right? I was over there earlier today copping some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you head on over there right now. We got some designs by the world-renowned visual artist Noel Leon Flores, right? And we are really looking forward to you guys engaging with this stuff and copping some cool looking merch while supporting a great cause in the process, right?
There you
Uh,
go.
head on over there right now, right? We about to get a word from the sponsor real quick, and then we'll come back with the first topic.
Steppenwolf, have you begun the conquest?
Mikey, Secret Invasion,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We
Uh,
don't talk much about the MCU here. We're kind of DC centric a little bit, like with still like Rogues Gallery. But um, I saw Secret Invasion, and I'm so behind in everything else. But I had to watch Secret Invasion
I
the first
still
time.
haven't watched it. You know what? I'm
Yeah,
gonna watch it like
yeah.
tonight or something,
Okay.
probably after night shift,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. I'll avoid spoilers in Sky. There's a big spoiler. The beginning and the end. I'll avoid them. I can get around it. Um, I'll just say that I love the show tremendously. I mean, it's only one episode so far. It's very moody. It's dark. If you like the Winter Soldier, it has that same tone. And I scooped that months ago. I said Secret Invasion is going to have that Winter Soldier tone. It's got the Winter Soldier tone. Um, it's kind of James Bondian espionage type stuff, and I love that sense of paranoia it has. Like Winter Soldier had that paranoia too. Like who is an agent of Hydra? Who is really an agent of Shield? Here it's like who is the Skrull? Who is real? And there was some bogus controversy about the AI used in the opening sequence. I thought it was cool. I thought it fit perfectly with the theme of the show, which is deception. Because you're seeing that AI in there, you're thinking, okay, this was created by a person. No, it was created by AI. That was the whole point. That it's like deceitful.
Yeah,
Um, and it looks weird when you see that imagery. You can tell it. I've seen enough AI the past couple of months on social media to know that was AI, but it has that kind of weird otherworldly look to it, Sky. That I really like it, but there's so many twists and turns in the show that I don't want to ruin here. But I will say this though. That's why I want to
yeah.
bring
Because
this
I
up.
am kind of late, Mikey. I am kind of late
Yeah,
because I know that with these Disney Plus shows, if you don't get it in early, like you
yeah,
start getting stuff spoiled like all over the place.
yeah. This is out there already. But we haven't spoiled it on the site. I want to give people a chance to watch this. I will say this: there have been rumors of Chloe Bennett coming back on Secret Invasion. I started those rumors myself. Others have followed. That she's on the show, and she herself has been teasing something. Like she had like daisies coming out of her shoe a few weeks ago. It's like, what the heck was that? Daisy? What? Come on, you hinting at Daisy coming back? Now there is Sky. There is. I don't ruin it for you, but I can see where Quake will fit into the show. There's actually a very obvious opening for
Mm,
her. Um, Besides the fact that and this is not spoilers in the advertisement, the Super Scroll is going to show up on
yeah,
Secret Invasion. Who's going to fight him? Come on, you
yeah,
can't have Nick Fury fighting this guy who has powers of MCU heroes. Okay,
yeah. Okay.
so you need a super powered person there, and bitch, I won't ruin it for you, but there's a place where she can Here's where things get weird, Sky. I just found this out today. I normally give credit to the site. I'm not this time because they are a beta site and they've gone after me in the past. I'm not going to give them any credit. It's out there if you guys want to look for it. Um, I'm hoping somebody else would do this story so I can cover them instead. Yeah, have you've seen Across the SnyderVerse, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know that Chloe Bennett's in the cartoon?
No, I didn't.
Okay. There is an Easter egg in one scene, and it's pretty blatant, dude. It's like they literally took a poster from the Agents of Shield TV show.
No, I did not notice that at
Yeah,
all.
it was a front page of a newspaper with Chloe Bennett.
Oh my god!
They literally took
I
the
did not
image
notice
out of
that.
the show and put it in the cartoon. You see Miles Morales going into somebody in his room, and it's on the wall directly from Agents of Shield. The same exact poster with Chloe's face on it, and I'm like, what
That's
the heck?
crazy.
What?
I did not notice that.
What is there a Chloe Bennett Easter egg, Quake Easter egg, in across? That's weird, right? So it tells you, yeah, she's got to be coming back. They have to tease that before Secret Invasion comes out. No, it's just that cannot be a coincidence. Um, so that
Most definitely.
makes me really think she's back in Secret Invasion. Um, it also makes me wonder if she's going to be showing up in some kind of Sony.
Maybe.
Maybe she'll show up in Spider-Man 4. Who knows, right?
Maybe.
Like I can't imagine that being just random. Sky, like Marvel doesn't play that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. There's no reason for them to, right?
There's no reason for them to, right?
Right.
Look at all the Mephisto stuff in WandaVision, where they made us think it was nothing. Now we know Mephisto is really coming, so no, it wasn't nothing at all.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that leads me to believe, dude, that Quake is gonna be on the show. For that to come out before this, come on.
Yeah.
They
They gotta
would
be.
they would take the time, dude, to track that image down, Agents of Shield, and put it in some random scene in the
Yeah.
film. Come on.
Doesn't make sense, right? Yo, shout out to the homie DC Talk 82 with the $5 super chat saying you did this, Skywalker. It will come true. Hey, much love, much love, much
I can
love,
tell.
DC Talk.
I can tell you right now that it will come true.
We got Mr. J saying they boycotting and asking to restore in the same sentence.
It's just boy clouding what you're doing. So.
Right? Oh my goodness. Hold up. Yo, L Necron saying 3 more shirts in the Martian Manhunter shirt prints. So he said, let's get that taken care of tonight. intothepeople.com/sales VSJL. Yo, let's get these 3 shirts knocked out. Come on, y'all. Right? Head on over to intothepeople.com/sales VSJL. Let's get these shirts knocked out and then we'll all be good, right? We'll all be good. We got the homie. And he put it in a super chat too, saying 3 more orders in the Martian Manhunter prints. Let's go.
Yeah, you're already halfway to being the Flash this weekend, Sky.
Right?
It's just sad. Anyway. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on.
Yeah, no problem. Man, this is gonna be a super dope show, right? And I'm really excited to hear about the cost of Sales VSJL. I cannot wait, right? We got oh my god, the homie Bad Damn Thoughts coming through with the $2 super chat saying some of these boycotters claim to support Ezra. Hey, but it was wacky stuff, Bad Dan. Wacky stuff. That's why I just take all this stuff with a grain of salt, right? I listen to people that, I have a good rapport with and that I, can usually like see their face and hear what they're saying, right? You got a much better chance of me going with what you say by doing that than just being some avatar on Twitter that just bashes movies all day. 100%. Right. So much love to the homie Bad Dan, right? But yeah, Mikey, this is great, man. This is good news. Secret Invasion. I cannot wait to watch this show. Yeah, I've just been so busy with this sales stuff, and man, especially after what happened the other day. It's been wild, and yeah, I have been going so hard with these streams, and I was like, man, I gotta chill and kind of relax a bit, but then I keep forgetting to put this show on. So
man,
I'm gonna definitely check out that first episode soon.
Yeah, I'm catching up on Superman and Lois from last season. That's how far behind I am.
Oh my goodness!
Watching the Bizarro episodes, which are really good, actually. But yeah, it's a very serious show, dude. There's nothing wacky or comical in here. And of course, Samuel L. Jackson's just awesome. But you know what? Emilia Clarke is just great. I'm so glad she's in the MCU now. So highly recommended if you like that Winter Soldier type of paranoia. This is really, really be up your alley. And I think it's perfect that it comes out at the right time where you need a serious Marvel show. So
right. We got the homie Neo Sevens with the $2 super chat saying, Sky, did you get permission to drop that scoop? Nah, I really didn't. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, right, I didn't get permission, but just like last time, after we probably find out that it's true, they'll still find some way to deny. You know what I'm saying? That
of course.
Right, because they literally was like, yo, did you ask Zach? And I was like, no. And then I asked them and they still was like, but that didn't mean nothing anyway, crazy. It's like, which one is it, right? But Mikey, is there anything else that you got on Secret Invasion though? Because I'm really excited to see this show.
Yeah.
Look, Winter Soldier, right? For most people that, especially in like the Zack Snyder fan base, that's one of the movies that we really gravitate towards. Right?
Yeah.
Because it was, in my opinion, I think it was still better than Civil War. That like the tone was just perfect. Yeah. And it didn't have a lot of that wackiness that Civil War had, right? Because I kind of felt like Civil War like forced the Captain America and Iron Man fight a bit, and there wasn't much stakes behind it. But with the Winter Soldier, they really held to that like 70s political like spy thriller or something, and it just really worked. So if you telling me that that's the tone, Mikey, I'm all for it.
Oh, it's totally a tone. Yeah, I mean all the way from beginning to end. It really has that sense of paranoia, and it's unsettling. It's very serious. And Samuel L. Jackson is just great. I think this is the project I think he really was waiting for, where he's the main focus really of the series.
Right.
There's some avoid spoilers, so watch it tonight before it gets spoiled, dude.
Yeah. Because I think I already had something spoiled for me, but I was like, dude, I gotta. But it is my fault, right?
Yeah,
I can't be mad at nobody because I was slacking, right? Slackers, right? It says Civil War, aka Airport Tussle. What was you gonna say, Mikey?
So yeah, let's move on to the next.
All right, so let's get another word real quick, and then we'll be back with the next topic.
Yes. Mighty Steppenwolf, who might have sat here by the side of the Great One, but undone by his self-pride.
Mikey, gunfire, Mikey. I don't know what this means. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
Well, originally, I really wanted to focus on the fact that James Gunn, when he first got the job as the co-CEO of DC Studios, his initial thing that he did was to cancel Man of Steel 2. And the second thing he did was to get rid of Wonder Woman 3. I mean, this was the streets want, you know? I mean, remember he was on Twitter before asking what it was that you guys wanted? No one wanted Cavill to be let go. Nobody was asking for a different Wonder Woman, were they?
I don't recall that, Mikey. I don't recall people asking for a different Wonder Woman, to recast Gal Gadot, to cancel Man of Steel 2, right?
And so, and to be honest, completely unbiased here. Insiders I spoke, they tell me that it's going to take a lot for DC to recover. Their image is totally blasted, and I'm not just talking about from Snyder fans either, from the general public, who have been disappointed one after the other with going back to Justice League. Really, if you want to talk about disappointments, it really began with Justice League. Then you go into Birds of Prey, Wonder Woman 84. They didn't care for Black Adam, which I enjoyed. Shazam 2 was a total bomb, and now the worst of it all was, sadly, The Flash, which we all thought was a really good film.
It's probably the best one out of all of them, right, Mikey?
It was totally. And so I'm on the verge of this autopsy on why this movie just tanked the way it did. It wasn't just a disappointment. Now it's just humiliating. People are really punching down this movie now, which I don't feel it was deserved at all. So this does not bode well for Gunn's reboot at all. Now, being biased here, I'm pretty much pretty vocal about how I feel about his vision, but the outlook is not good. There's just no faith in this franchise going forward. You can reboot just because it's reboot doesn't mean it's gonna be successful either. Let's not forget that Sony rebooted Spider-Man, putting Andrew Garfield in there, and it did not do well. Okay, there's no guarantee that it's gonna be a hit. So let's get into the autopsy of the Flash, Sky. And I've been speaking to insiders the past couple of days, like, what went wrong with this movie? One in particular really gave me some eye-opening information through internal polling of the general public, not from comic book fans. These people are not into comic books. They're not DC or Marvel fans. They're just general moviegoers. That's it. They have no allegiance to any studio or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Why did this film bomb? Why did you not like the movie? Right? You got a B rating on Cinema Score, which is a kiss of death. That's not a good rating to have, right? I was told, Sky, number one, they didn't like the Flash, the character. They didn't like Ezra Miller.
Mm-hmm.
And this is even people who were not familiar with his legal hassles or anything.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't like him.
Mm-hmm.
Them, I should say. They didn't like them or their performance. They found the character annoying. And so that alone killed the film for them. But just as much as that did, Sky, I am hearing that many people did not understand this movie at all. Went over their heads, just did not get it. we get it because we're comic book fans. We're into sci-fi and stuff. Like we're so accustomed to this language. Um, that okay, you were on Phil's show talking about how I explained the multiverse and everything. It was very clear to us, um, but not clear to the general public. And
Yeah,
so,
probably of like why the timelines were merged,
yeah,
right? Like why is Keaton in Ezra's timeline, right? It was probably that.
yeah,
Now that I'm thinking about it,
yeah.
right?
And what like the George Clooney, basically, it went into two different categories here. Number one is who the hell's that old man at the end? That's one. The other category is why is he here? Just whoop, we just went over their heads, dude. Um, and that's a James Gunn issue because he added that ending to the film. But again, I went over the heads of people, and also I just want to add to Sky that most of the people who did not like Ezra Miller were female. Okay, they really had a problem with him as a lead. If you look at the demographics for the film was 73% male who went and saw Flash. And so there's your basic problem right there, but they just understand the film. And one thing that I didn't even think about, they felt that the Flash should have saved his mom.
I'm
No,
a bit confused because if he saves his mom, everything like
I know what she. I mean, I know, but here's the thing. Well, he's a superhero. He should have found a way to save
right.
him.
This is like when they're like, "Yo, why doesn't Superman have his ship so he can go back to Krypton?" Right? It's like, wait, what? Like Krypton got blown up. Like literally, they said, like in this film, you end up finding out if he saves his mom,
Yeah.
right? That
Well,
yeah, I'm not.
so now here is what this reminded me of. When the Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out, the reason why that bombed when they, you can talk about, oh yeah, it was overstuffed. In general, public are not critics. They don't say, oh, it's overstuffed. No, you know why that film didn't do very well? I'll tell you this guy, because Gwen Stacy died. They were not aware that it was an adaptation of the night Gwen Stacy died from the comic books by Jerry Conway. They had no idea that they were adapting. All they knew that Emma Stone died. They hated it.
Mm.
That took away all rewatchability on that film. If she had lived, that film would have done better. I'm telling you right now, because I remember people they were complaining to me about it. I'm like, oh my god, what is, they're like bashing Sony. That's an adaptation of the comic books, one of the most famous comic books. Yeah, but I don't read comic books.
Right.
They were pissed. They killed her off, and quite frankly, it was not done well, in my opinion. They should have done that in the third movie, not the second film, because you saw the chemistry between Garfield and Emma Stone really building, and then all of a sudden they stop it. It was just bad timing. Just give it another
The
film.
only thing that I really liked about that scene was like the visual of like him reaching out for her with his web. Like it seemed like it was almost like his hand.
Yeah.
Out for her too. That was it. But you're right, Mikey. I didn't really like the way that was handled either. It did kind of seem like it was a little rushed.
Yeah, and so that's what it reminded me of. That but it was. Look, the Flash is adapting Flashpoint. Okay, so again, it went over their heads, and so we have an issue here, Sky, where you have a film that's really made for comic book fans and not for a general audience. And dude, from what I've been hearing, it doesn't look like James Gunn is gonna make a film that's gonna really translate to general public. Now I'll tell you, the Authority. Seriously, I know comic book fans have never even heard of the Authority. You're gonna put them in the first Superman film,
Right?
like,
Hey, man.
like how many of you guys in the chat know who Creature Commandos were?
How many people in the chat knew who Dr. Phosphorus was?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really deep dive, man. Like deep dive in the long box there. You know?
Oh my god, this is hilarious, right?
So it's just not translating to the general public. But people, yeah, but what about Guardians of the Galaxy? Guardians of the Galaxy came out when Marvel was hitting on all cylinders already. You know, and people, when people saw Guardians of the Galaxy Sky, a lot of people I've talked to, hey, it reminds me of Star Wars, like, you know, a little group of misfits, and you know, so they saw nostalgia in it already, even though they were a weird team.
Yeah.
But man, people just were really weirded out about the Flash. The general public, they were just like, they didn't get it, and the fact that, you know, he couldn't save his mom made them not want to watch it again. But Ezra Miller was a big problem, dude. They just did not find them an appealing lead for the film. Then you have Old Man Keaton there. I mean, you have 10 minutes of Ben Affleck. I mean, I love the movie. Don't get me wrong. I praised the film when I was with Phil, and but that's why. And also, gotta bring this up. I like this scene. But dude, it made people cringe. The baby showers.
The baby shower scene, yeah.
It took people out of the movie. That was not well received at all. It was wacky.
I feel it, right? Wackiness.
Yeah. And some people were, I didn't even think about this. Some people were saying it ripped off Quicksilver. It was a Days of Future Past where he didn't have babies, but he had like kind of a scene, that time in the bottle scene, something like that. Actually, no, it was actually in Age of Apocalypse where he had the Sweet Dream scene.
Yeah.
Right. And so some people were complaining, but they really felt the cheese in that scene. It really took them out of the movie. I like the scene though. Yeah.
Bruh, when he when it seemed like he was going to go get the baby and he went to the vending machine, like I was dying.
I was too, man.
I was in there rolling, you know. But hey, these things are subjective, and I am not everybody that watched this movie. So
yeah. And so, you know, I feel the same way because I love the fact that he was eating while he was trying to save them, because the Flash has to consume X amount of calories. He burns them up when he runs. So that was hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm a comic book fan. Of course I was.
Look, the chat is calling cap, Mikey, on people saying they didn't like Ezra's performance. I'm sitting there in the chat like, ain't no way. Look, maybe they just didn't find him as, you know, look, because I do understand that Ezra Miller isn't like a Jason Momoa, right? Like he doesn't bring in like a whole bunch of women and stuff like that. But man, saying that Ezra didn't do a good job, that's kind of crazy to me. I was like, yo, I thought Ezra was one of the like main things that actually made this movie great.
Well, yeah. Well, it's not that Ezra did a bad job. They just didn't like him. And they didn't they just didn't like, or the character himself.
The quirkiness. Okay, I got you. And probably Young Barry was probably hit or miss with certain people.
That's you know what? It's that they probably met Young Barry, because they said the annoying was a word that kept coming up. They probably met Young Barry then at that point. But yeah, they really had an issue with Ezra Miller. You know, if you don't have a lead that grabs people, that's gonna be an issue.
And Ezra's in the movie, like especially the second act, like it's almost like all Ezra. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of crazy.
Then you do have people though that were already biased coming in because of allegations against them. So you have that as well. There's no breakdown of which of these people knew about what he's being accused of. They just said that they found Ezra annoying,
Yeah,
and
that,
and so this is so I brought this up on Rogue's Gallery, and people were shocked. Um, but I'm told that even though Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom is a far inferior movie, it's gonna do better than The Flash, much better, because Jason Momoa appeals to more people, especially the female audience. That's a fact. That's not, it's a fact. Okay, the dude's got a ton of charm. All right. Um,
you know what's going to be interesting? The like I'm really interested in the online chatter going into that movie.
yeah.
I'm really interested to see if like the call for like boycott and all that stuff is going to be as strong as it was for the Flash. Because if it's not, that's going to be pretty interesting as well, Mikey. Right? Like, oh my,
Yeah. I
like,
don't. Lawless, can you bring up her guys
oh,
about the lady here? There you go. Yeah, that's. I know
right?
it's true. It's true.
Yep, just not eye candy, right?
I mean, come on, we're dudes. If there's a female superhero and she's, come on, you know,
I feel it. It's true. Because
especially a superhero, right? I mean, no, they did not find Ezra attractive. Just flat out truth, man.
right.
And
Oh my
but
goodness.
the personality also rubbed them wrong as well. But yeah, Lawless, look how popular Henry Cavill is.
Yeah, right. I mean, you could see by the response that he got at to them, Mikey. Right. I mean, Cavill got the loudest, pretty much pop almost. I mean, out of almost anybody.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, this goes against everything I predicted because I really thought Aquaman would be the one that would bomb and the Flash would be the super hit, but it looks like a total opposite. And again, I'm thinking more like a comic book fan, not really thinking like a general audience type of thing. But I heard Aquaman 2 is a dumber movie. It's very simple, easy to understand. It's just it's wacky, sky, you know? And what I was told by this one very sharp DC insider, he told me that Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom will be hated by DC fans, but it'll be loved by people who don't read comic books or don't follow CBMs.
Right.
Straight up, And because he's seen the movie, he's seen the film, he goes, "No," I said, "Is it good? No, it's trash, but it'll be a big hit."
Just big dumb fun, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a total beer movie. It'll do well in the South. I mean, all the Furious fans will enjoy this film. It has that same kind of party vibe to it. I know DC fans are cringing when I say stuff like that right now because you're thinking, "Oh God, it's wacky." Oh no, it's definitely wacky. It's really wacky. So, you know, and they were really. I mean, I know this sounds really insulting, but they were saying that the audience um, that they polled found Ezra Miller about as charming as Zachary Levi, which is not charming at all. So, but there you go. There you go. That whole sense of appeal, because Zachary Levi does no, he doesn't have that appeal. His voice annoys me, by the way. That nasal whine. No, I can't stand it.
Right.
And I like Chuck. I'm a big fan of Chuck.
Chuck. You're right. Yo, man. Nah, look, the story of this Flash film, Mikey, is gonna go down in Hollywood history, man. Right up there with Justice League, yo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right? There's gonna be a lot that is you know, that is probably gonna come out about this film for a long time. Right.
This movie will be studied heavily. I mean, it's like I put it under autopsy. There's so many reasons why it flopped. But I as much as it mystifies us, I think lawlessness pretty much brought out the really good reason why. Yeah, as I just did not attract the females. You look at all the MCU studs, man. Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr. You guys are studs. Superheroes reflect our fantasies. They reflect our fantasies. They are people that we either we want to be with or want to be. You know what I mean? Let's be brutally honest here.
That's facts, yo. That's facts.
Okay. That's a great question from another great question from lawlessness here about Blue Beetle.
Yes.
Actually, no, and I'll tell you why. They feel that the Latino crowd will really come in for Blue Beetle. Not so much a DC crowd. Guys, they don't really think that much of DC fans. They really don't. Sorry.
Hey, we're being shown, right, that they don't care, and I think that moving forward, that's why #sell is the way. That's why, right? You understand? Yeah. That's why this whole thing was born, and that's why we continue to push for it. This is the way that we do, Mikey.
It's the only way. The only way.
Yeah, because the writing is on the wall, Mikey, like 100%. Right. So we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, Neil Seven's difference with Supergirl is that she's just a supporting character, whereas Blue Beetle, he's the lead character, and also he's already popular on Cobra Kai. He's got that Cobra Kai fan base where Sasha Kaye is still an unknown. And they couldn't get past Ezra. They couldn't get past Ezra to see Sasha.
Right, hey. That's crazy. Mikey, anything else on this topic before we get to the main topic of the evening, sir?
You know what? I'm pretty sure we're gonna keep coming back to this. There's gonna be more Bourbon Stream Sky, and the only wine is gonna come from Netflix because everything else, DC, man, is pure bourbon. There's just some rocky times ahead. What happens when Aquaman The Lost Kingdom is a hit? You guys are gonna be like struggling with this. Like, man, you guys couldn't do this with a Flash, and because that's Sky.
They want to mess with the endings and post-credit scenes, right?
I'll bring this up. I have to because somebody's gonna ask me anyway, so I might as well bring it up. Will Aquaman 2 help Gunn? Will it help his slate going forward, even though he had nothing to do with the film? Sky is just gonna encourage more wackiness because it is flat out. Let's not forget the producer of Aquaman The Lost Kingdom is a person sitting across from James Gunn in that office.
Right. Yeah. No. I'm really gonna be watching like the chatter surrounding Aquaman 2.
Yeah.
When it's time for that movie to actually come out, right? I'm just because if the cause for this boycott ain't like just as strong and everything, and everybody ain't moving the same way that they just was.
Yeah.
Right? Like for this Flash movie, that's gonna be very telling, Mikey. That's gonna be very telling, yo.
That's a great point because what are the Snyder onlys going to do when Aquaman? Are they going to flat out have hashtags boycott Blue Beetle? I mean, is this what's going to happen, or is
Right? Like, I don't know. Are they going to be trying to spoil that movie?
eh,
Right? And do that, right? Because if not, like, if the Zack Snyder related movie is the only one that gets treated like that,
yeah.
that's going to be very interesting,
Because
right? But we'll see what's up.
I didn't see any boycotts for Shazam too. This is just nothing.
It wasn't nowhere near like this, Mikey.
No,
Right?
this was bad. This was
We
bad.
wasn't trying to spoil no movies, right? We wasn't doing it. Man, there was a whole bunch of wacky shit going on surrounding this Flash movie,
Yeah.
Mikey. And I'm just curious, right? We'll see. But yeah, I am sure that we're gonna keep coming back to this topic,
Yeah.
right? Because it is gonna be a topic of discussion moving forward, right?
Yeah. Then Amber Heard's hardly in the film, so I don't think it's gonna have an effect. I mean, if Amber has more screen time as Ezra did, then that would have been tragic. But yeah, I think Ezra's
That's not the case, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk to the sponsors real quick, and then we'll come back with the main topic of the show.
Yeah.
You betrayed him. Your own family.
Mikey, this is like the topic of the year, Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, everybody's been saying this whole time, yo, oh my God, it's gonna cost $100 billion to license the SnyderVerse, right? They have to license out everything. They gotta license out Gotham City. They gotta license out Metropolis. They gotta license out Lex Luthor's shaved head. You know what I'm saying? Like just everything, Mikey. Every single thing, right, that I've been hearing, it's like, yo, this movie or whatever is gonna cost too much, right? Netflix will never be able to afford it. Now, Mikey, it's been confirmed that WBD and Netflix are in talks on licensing shows, right?
Yep.
I just dropped this bomb that I just heard that one of the projects that is actually being discussed is the Snyder Cut, right? Along with Zack's other DC films like Man of Steel, BVS Ultimate Edition, right? And that they were even inquiring about the Ayer Cut, Mikey, right? So with that being said, now that we know that they're actually talking, Mikey, look, are we talking like $100 billion, Mikey? Or are we talking like something a little bit more realistic, right? Not really sure.
Well, welcome to The Price is Right.
The Price is Right.
I'm a little shocked by this number. I wasn't expecting like a couple of $1 billion at all, but maybe the Flash maybe it brought things down to earth a little bit, Sky. And by the way, when I was told I was going to get this scoop, I had no idea that Sky had that scoop about the Snyder Cut being licensed. I had no idea about that. So when this person told me that he had the price of what it would cost, there was no discussion of whether or not it would be for the Snyder Cut or the sequel. And so this could either be for the Snyder Cut or it could be for Nightmare. I'm not sure yet, because this is not a number that Netflix brought up, and it's not a number that Warner Bros. Discovery is asking for. This is the value of
the valuation, right?
Valuation of the IP, and so I also want you told me to make sure I say this is for non-exclusive deal, which means that it can be shown on Netflix, but Max will still have it, right? Um, so you guys guess? No, I'm gonna go ahead and go ahead and say it. What I was told Sky the value is $250 million.
Oh my God! Wait a minute, Mikey. Hold up,
What happened to the billion? What happened to the 3 billion? Right?
Mikey. So you mean to tell me that they could license this thing for less than what they spent on fucking what is the name of it? On Glass Onion? On fucking right on the phone that I fucking Knives Out,
yeah,
right?
yeah. 250 million is the
Less
value. The
than Knives Out?
valuation. Yeah, but not be non-exclusive though.
Man, bro. Mikey.
Now, when you scoop this, you now when you scoop this, you mentioned the trilogy. So I'm not. So we just for ZSJL or the sequel, but it's $250 million.
Man, look. Netflix got that. I ain't trying to count their pockets or nothing, but I'm pretty sure Netflix can come up with that. Pretty sure. They just spent 166 on Rebel Moon.
Yeah. No, they have it. They ain't really. If no, what he told me though is this: that's just for the licensing. Okay, now if this is for Nightmare,
that's not the production cost, right? As well, right? Yeah.
The cost of the salaries and for Henry Cavill, Gal and but still, 250. People were saying like 3 billion or 4, all sorts of wacky shit. No, not even close. And the Flash may have brought the value down. but there you go. There's your number. It's 250.
Oh my God, Mikey! I thought you was gonna come out here and crush my dreams, bro.
No, it's 250.
$100 million,
Yeah,
right?
So bring out those George of pennies,
I think we're gonna start a GoFundMe. Nah, I'm just saying nah. I'm pretty sure that Netflix got that. Pretty sure they got that. Pretty sure they can come up with that pretty easily. You know what I'm saying? So, oh my God, this is dope, Mikey. This is dope because that's been like one of the main pushbacks this whole time, right? Is that it's oh my God, it's gonna cost so much money. Oh my God, Netflix is broke. They don't got that, right? Like this would literally be less than they spent on Knives Out. That's crazy.
Yeah. And he was, as a comparison. I think I'm getting the numbers right here. I think he told me that Friends, to license Friends, I think it's $90 million for Friends. But they're pretty popular franchise there. I know they're old shows, but still, that's. But anyway, so 250. So you got $2.50 on you,
right?
So yeah,
that's wild, Joe. That's wild, man. That's great news because I've been hearing this whole time, Mikey. Oh my God, it's gonna be so much, right? You mean to tell me that you could get like a ready-made fan base, right? Like a ready-made IP that's like that people are gonna engage with, right?
Yeah.
For just that, and to have it on your platform. Even if it's not exclusive, right, and it's still on Max, right? Like, people are gonna associate that with Netflix because it's like the much bigger platform.
Oh, of course, and then you have the whole package deal with having a trilogy on there. I'm sure it's going to go up a little bit. We have the trilogy, but come on, it's not the same ballpark.
Oh my God!
I'm sure there'll be a package deal for all three.
Hey, Mikey, the sale campaign gonna keep rocking on. We gonna keep going forward, Mikey. Ain't no way we slowing down now. They didn't believe, bro.
So don't let the argument that it's going to cost too much get in the way of you hashtagging because it's bullshit. Okay, everybody.
What more do we have to like hold us back, right? Like, what more is there, right? We know that they're talking now. We know it ain't 100 billion to actually license this thing. Like, what are we like? What's stopping everybody, right, Mikey? Like,
look, my insider told me that they'd be lucky to get 250 million for what everybody perceives as a dead franchise. They'd be lucky to get that. You know.
oh my goodness, yo. I think that with everything that's been going on, I think that WBD would be they'd be pretty happy to get a large sum of money like that coming in, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially after the when he wasted on the Flash. You know what I mean? And and Shazam too. All that wasted cash there. Now you gotta wonder, Sky, if this is only gonna cost you 250. Black Adam, you know, it's gonna be less than this,
right, Mikey?
Just saying.
Right, Black Adam is gonna be less, right? There are a lot of and here is the thing too, Mikey. It also like opens up the possibilities for doing more, right, than just the Zack movie, right, or the Zack project. Because if it's not even going to be like a hell of a lot of money, why wouldn't you possibly want to get more out of this, right?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to get a Ben Affleck Batman project, right? Like, why wouldn't you try to maybe see if you can squeeze Man of Steel 2, right? Like, why not?
Why not, right? Yeah. It's like the blue light special at Kmart, if you guys remember that.
Right? Oh my goodness. There was a script ready. I mean, right, Mikey? Like, I don't see the issue. Give us that Brainiac. You know what I'm saying?
All this ridiculous stuff about you have to license this and you have to license a Batmobile. Like, what? No, you don't. You're like
he's licensing the story, right, Mikey?
You're licensing the project. It's a project, not all this wackiness going on. People who don't know. Guys, I signed the licensing deal. Okay, I should know what they're like.
Man, this is. We are full steam ahead, Mikey. Like I'm literally like trying to come up with reasons as to why why everyone shouldn't be rocking out with this thing. And it's getting harder and harder, Mikey. Yeah. Look, I'm seeing some crazy I saw somebody post on Twitter earlier talking about they actually think that sale ZSJL could actually happen now. I was like so shocked because this person was just at every point, just calling us madmen, right? They said we was crazy, we was wasting our time, right? And all of a sudden, hey, I think it might actually be able to happen now. It's like, man, get out of here, bro.
And this guy was giving me points of comparison. He mentioned Friends. He also mentioned Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings was just, I think the estate of Tolkien, whoever owns the IP of Lord of the Rings, I think it was just sold again for $395 million. And Lord of the Rings is bigger. Sorry, it's bigger.
Much bigger.
So there's no way, because I told him I was expecting like half a bill. Because no way in hell it's like half a bill. The way people are talking, goes, Lord of the Rings was 395 minutes. That's Lord of the Rings.
Right, Mikey? That's but they were saying that the SnyderVerse was going to be
a couple of billion. I remember that. I remember I was on Phil's stream where we were like, there's no way that it costs $2 billion at least. No, it's not.
Right? But then just think about that, right? Like you guys are on one hand saying that this thing isn't really worth any money, right?
Yeah.
and then on the other hand saying that it's worth more than Lord of the Rings. It's like
Right.
which
Who's
one is it?
delusional? Yeah, who's delusional here, right?
Right? Man, I wonder where them the sell movement is dead people been at. I haven't seen them in the chat in a little while. You know what I'm saying? Like in a couple of days, right? Because as soon as it came out, it was actually talking to Netflix. People got real quiet, Mikey. It's been real quiet, bro.
So this could be a historic show, Sky. Like your bomb the other day. This comes out and they buy it for 250 million. Where did you guys hear it first? Where did you guys hear the talks? First it was on Sky. I mean, come on. So.
Right. Hey, but that's the thing though, Mikey. Like ever since that news came out about them talking to Netflix, bro, it's been real quiet, right?
Oh yeah.
And if this thing drops, and if it's anything near 250, Mikey,
yeah.
Oh my god, yo, if it's like 249, you know what I'm saying? 251, right? I don't care. Yo.
So I'm sitting down, I'm bracing myself for this huge number, and then I hear a very limp 250, and I'm like, here, the Viagra wore off or something, right?
Right. Yo, Mikey, I've been stressing ever since you told me about this topic, right? I'm like, yo, what is he gonna say? Right? What is he gonna say? And 250, yo, is not what I was expecting.
No, not me either. I was thinking much more than that, just from all the people freaking out when you started this campaign. Remember, that was one of the arguments, Sky.
Right? No, that was one of the main arguments. Right? It's going to cost way too much. Netflix isn't interested, and WBD ain't interested. Now we have found out that all that shit is false. You know what I'm saying? Like WBD is interested, Netflix is interested, and it ain't gonna cost that much.
Well, yeah. Well, one of the funniest arguments during that time, Sky, was that they're not even talking. Netflix.
They're not even talking, y'all.
They're not even talking, but nothing.
They
But
ain't
anyway.
even talking. Right? They ain't even talking. They don't even want to talk. James Gunn said it. Right? Man, look, all we gotta worry about is keeping the lights on over at #sale.
Yeah,
That's it. And all we gotta worry about is keeping this engagement up with Netflix, right? Letting them know that they have a passionate subscriber base that is willing to engage with this on their platform. And as long as we doing that, right? And that's why I'm gonna try to ramp this up even more. Because now that we know that they're interested, I believe that it's incumbent upon us to show them like, yo, we're really going to try to make this thing as big as we possibly can. Yeah. That way, when they do acquire this thing, hopefully they can get everything that we've been asking for.
Yeah.
Right. And I truly believe that the only way that can even be a possibility is if we are really trying to push this #sale thing as far as we possibly can.
And symbolically, let's put it this way, Sky: the fox is in the hen house. Give more Sean the ball, okay?
Right, just hand it off. You know what I'm saying?
Just hand it off.
Hand it off.
Next to the end zone, just hand it off.
Give Beast Mode the ball. Right?
There you go. Yeah. So there you go, guys.
Shit, Netflix isn't interested. Who said that? The Colonel perhaps? That's exactly who said it.
Yep. Hey, he called it wacky and they're not even interested.
He said the wackiest, Mikey. The wackiest
that's right, the wackiest
he's ever seen. which I called bullshit because I'm like, bro, I've seen way wackier hashtags with your name in it, bro. Right? Like
yeah.
specifically, but hey, Mikey, look, this has been a monumental moment, bro. You've really
Yeah.
come out here and quelled a lot of fears,
Yeah.
right? Because
For me
people
as
were
well,
thinking, yeah, I was thinking that this thing was going to be closer to about 80 billion, right? Honestly, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
The
Cool
way
80
people were
billion,
talking, yeah, he's like,
right? You know what I'm saying? But yo, I think that this is another moment that we can kind of point to in our fandom, and like as we've been along this journey, where we can literally say, all right, well, another one of these narratives has just been put to bed.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, the Flash will be lucky to make that much domestically. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh man,
Look, and just in case you didn't know and you needed some more motivation to rock out with hashtag sell, right? I mean, Zach told you himself, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Zach told you himself right there. SnyderVerse, sell it. You know what I'm saying? That man said, sell it, bruh.
And now you know how much.
Now, and if you don't know, now you know. But any closing thoughts, Mikey, before we wind this show out, man? This has been super dope, yo.
You got cmag.com. We got some stuff tomorrow morning, and don't forget we're back on again tomorrow night. So got
right
Sunday. So
back on night shift tomorrow night, right? You know what? Just because we just got this fantastic news, I'm about to go ahead and run this video by y'all real quick, because this is like where it all started, Joe. Right? Real talk.
Awesome.
Oh man, look, we are approaching the man himself, Zack Snyder. Zach, yo, big huge fan, yo. If you can sign for me, and it would make my entire life, Zach. If you could sign the hashtags that I put out, sell ZSJL to Netflix and sell SnyderVerse. Yo. Woo! Hey, is he gonna do it? I don't know. Yo. Oh my God. Ah, yes. I love it. Thank you so much, Zach. You're amazing, sir. Can't wait to be here tomorrow and to finish this whole thing out. Exciting. Yes. For sure, yo.
Well, I love that video, man. That's the best video ever, dude. Seriously.
Hey, yo, I love the range of emotions, right? Because what happens is that like when I asked him and he started like giving me that look, like, man, this dude, bro, he just asked me to sign this, right? And like what's wild is he kept like pump faking, and I was like, yo, like, what's he gonna write? And then he started writing, and then he put hashtag, and then he paused, and I was like, yo, what is he gonna put? Like, he's like, hashtag what? You know what I'm saying? Like, and he put SnyderVerse sell it. I was like, oh, he was like, yes.
Man,
Like,
when this happens, man, that poster is gold, dude. That's like a holy grail right there when this happens. Man.
Right. Oh my goodness. Man, yo, my condolences, real talk.
Oh man,
lost his great grandfather today. Just got back from the hospital. Sorry to hear that, bro.
Sorry, man. That's just sad. I'm glad we were able to relieve some of your agony tonight. You know.
Yeah, man. Yo.
Take care, bud.
Real talk, bro. Right. Fa says, but Sky, you cornered Zach to sign it. I did. You clearly just saw that he said you kidnapped him to sign that at gunpoint.
That doesn't look like misery to me, man. He's so jolly and everything.
He said, lock that poster. Oh, nah, that poster ain't going nowhere, bro. That poster ain't going nowhere. It's never going nowhere.
It's like the Lost Ark now.
Right. Hey, and it's gonna be a reminder for all y'all that didn't believe. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just walk past it every day and just look up and just realize that a bunch of y'all told me that Zach didn't mean shit when he signed it. Right? While we're gonna have the SnyderVerse literally on Netflix, right? I'm gonna be looking at that poster that y'all told me didn't mean that.
Historical, man. Totally historical.
I might hang that shit over my TV just so I can literally like be watching the Snyder cut on the TV and just look up and it just all be in the my eye view, you know.
And get a picture of that over your TV when it's on, right? That, like when it debuts, dude. That'd be awesome.
Right, man. I can't wait, Joe. I can't wait because they said, "Yo, man, Zach ain't rocking with you." I can't wait. But I can't front though. This is my favorite picture, man. This is the one staring down dark time, bro.
We did an article on that. It was so cool.
Oh my god! Nah, this is dope. I am so happy. Zach actually answered the question, right? Like it was like, "Yo, did you ask him?" I was like, "Nah," but then I did, and then they still said, "I don't believe Mikey." Look, thank you for all y'all that have been rocking out this entire time, man. You guys are incredible. For everybody that believed in what we were doing the entire time and that didn't really waver, right? Didn't wane, you know what I'm saying? Like it's dope because this whole time, right? Like we've been trying to do this and we have known that there were always going to be obstacles, right? But we for everybody that tried to help grease the wheels, you guys all made this shit easier. Right, while other people were trying to make it harder, and then now they're coming around talking about, "Oh yeah, well I think it might actually be able to happen now, guys." Right, like that's wild, man. Oh my goodness. Right, but with that being said, you guys have been an awesome chat, right? Me and Mikey about to get up out of here.
Thank you all for being here. This is great fun.
Yes. You guys have a nice night. We're gonna be back at it again tomorrow with another episode of Night Shift. So y'all be easy, yo. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Woohoo.
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream and the real one?
Bye.